Alright, so the third movie in the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise came out. That means today, I'm going to review it. Alright, so if you missed it, I did a double feature with Mufasa review already out on the channel. It would be awesome if you guys could go check that one out. Today we're reviewing Sonic 3. Now for Mufasa, was not looking forward to watching it that whatsoever. Very, very much looking forward to watching Sonic 3. I really do enjoy those first two Sonic movies, and even though I more grew up with Mario than I grew up with Sonic, I have been a fan of Sonic for a while. Very excited for this movie. What do I think of it? Here's my review. Before I get started, please make sure to subscribe, like button, hit the bell, and comment down below. What is your opinions on Sonic the Hedgehog 3? There will be a ranking of the 4 Sonic projects in the coming days. And with that said, let's dive right into my review of Sonic 3. I thoroughly believe that this is the event movie, probably the second event movie of the year, obviously, because Deadpool and Wolverine. This is the movie for Sonic fans. And as someone who didn't grow up with Sonic, I personally categorize myself into that category because of how much I was freaking out in this movie. This movie goes places. This movie is awesome. Not to spoil my ranking in a couple of days, but I'm pretty sure by the time this review's over, you will completely realize what place this is. I love this movie. In the top 10 of the year so far. I mean, this movie was just awesome from start to finish. With Sonic the Hedgehog 2, that one was one that took a little more inspiration from the games instead of being like a story with just Sonic and Tom. And it was unique because I actually always preferred the first Sonic to that movie. And then rewatching it, I just realized that it's not as fun as that first Sonic movie. So I had that worry in the back of my head. What if I don't have as much fun with this movie? And I did. I had so much fun with this movie. Where to begin with the positives? Obviously, the cast here. Ben Schwartz is a great Sonic the Hedgehog. Idris Elba is a fantastic Knuckles. Never was a fan of Tails. Even in Sonic 2, just really not a fan of Tails. But I found him likable here. I didn't find him annoying like I did in Sonic 2. Shadow the Hedgehog, great. He's got a backstory. When they were all going on Twitter, and this is not a spoiler because everyone knows it, when everyone was talking on Twitter that Maria was going to die, and kept being like, this is kind of a sick joke, isn't it? I didn't know that was actually something from the Sonic games. I did some research after watching this movie, found out that there was actually something from the Sonic games. Blown away. That was awesome, because Shadow's whole character here, he was voiced perfectly by Keanu Reeves. He's not funny. Knuckles had his funny moments in Sonic 2 while still being a menacing villain. Keanu Reeves is just menacing. And he has a heartbreaking backstory there, where this is a movie that has weight to it. Sonic 2, a little bit heavier than that first movie. You have Eggman and the Fate of the World stuff, but nothing compares to this. In this movie, you genuinely believe that people die. You genuinely believe that this is a threat to the world, because it is. There are stuff here that makes this movie 10 times bigger than Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And where they go in this third act is crazy. I mean, I'm sure any film critic, any review of this movie you've seen, you know that you have heard great things about this third act. I'm here to tell you it's all true. When I hear something like, this third act is crazy, I'm always expecting, you know what? Big chance I could be disappointed here. Happened with Transformers 1 earlier this year. This movie did not disappoint. It's hard to talk about without spoiling, but the stuff that they do is like pulled right out of a Sonic video game and is put on screen perfectly. And it's insane. And the mid-credit scene, obviously you've heard people say the mid-credit scene's insane. It's insane. I mean, you can even ask my brother. I was freaking out after the mid-credit scene. Right out of the theater reaction, I was so hyped after watching this movie that I was gushing over it in the out-of-theater reaction. My brother, he said that he thought it was good. I, as someone who's not the biggest Sonic fan in the world, but does enjoy this franchise, absolutely love the third act and the stuff that they did with that mid-credit scene, and instantly makes Sonic the Hedgehog 4 one of my most anticipated movies of the year that it comes out. It's awesome. We get 2 Jim Carreys in here. That's another thing that really helps this one out, because Jim Carrey is one of the best comedians of all time, if not the best comedian of all time. And obviously you have Dr. Eggman. He's funny. But in this movie, you have two Jim Carreys. And for some weird reason, he has fantastic chemistry with both of themselves. I was dying laughing in almost every scene they were on. They do some jokes here that I didn't think they would pull off here, that I was dying laughing. Nobody else in the theater was laughing except me and my brother. Thought it was hilarious. So two Jim Carreys, absolutely a standout here. The movie looks great. All the fight scenes are fantastic. The characters are characters that you love. It's got so much weight to it. And it is the clap out loud movie of the year. Kind of reminded me of Spider-Man No Way Home, where I clapped once the movie was over, because I don't normally clap when movies are over unless it's actually a good movie and other people are clapping. I was the only one in the theater clapping. I was giddy after watching this movie. I'm not going to have time to film a spoiler review, obviously, because we got Nosferatu next week, the Sonic ranking, then the end of the year list coming very soon. Stay tuned for all 7 comic book movies I've seen ranked. Anywho, Merry Christmas to you all. Depends on what day I'm uploading this. Anyways, this is a movie that I so desperately want to talk spoilers about, because I want to talk more about this. I want to gush with other Sonic fans about that third act, because it's just so insane. It does stuff that I never would have expected a Sonic movie would do. Or I should have expected, but it's deeper than that. It's got tragic backstory, tragicness, deep emotions. This is a fantastic movie, and easily the best of the Sonic franchise. For a fan of movies in general, and a Sonic fan particularly, and even not the biggest Sonic fan in the world, fell in love with this movie. Highly recommend. Negatives, yeah, there aren't none. There really aren't any negatives. Maybe the occasional thing where I said, oh, okay, I could have went without that joke. The lowbrow humor, maybe that didn't necessarily work. But for me, I mean, man, this is just a movie that I want to do a spoiler review for, but I can't. If you guys want to know more about it, comment down below. Do you want a spoiler review? Because if you do, I will make a spoiler review. I will try my best to, because this is a movie for fans that is just the event of the year. Don't see Mufasa in theaters. I thought it was okay. Thought it was good, but you don't need to see that in theaters. Go see Sonic 3. Even if you haven't seen the other ones, it's awesome. Before I give you my final score, please make sure to subscribe, like button, hit the bell, and comment down below what is your opinions on Sonic the Hedgehog 3. And I don't know if I can make a spoiler review just because of all the content coming out in the next coming weeks. But if you really, really want one, tell me down below in the comment section. Anyways, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is awesome. Highly recommend it. It is fantastic on all cylinders, and it is awesome. And I cannot wait for Sonic 4. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is going to get an A+ from me. Alright, tell me down below what is your opinions on the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and your opinions on Sonic franchise. Stay tuned for the ranking in the coming days. And with that said, subscribe to the Nerd Army. Peace out.